What's up, guys? Welcome to another Guild War, and today we have Toronto. I think this is the first time I've ever versed this guild, so let's have a look. Unfortunately, they have one tower that's destroyed. Someone left midweek, so sorry to them for that. But I'm gonna just go through each of the defenses real quick. You can pause if you wanna, take a closer look. But you can see there's like. This guild is like a half farming guild. I think from what I saw earlier, I had a quick look. They have like some partial defenses, right? Like say this one is like a one-man defense there. So I guess they're kind of like a. Well, I guess they want to drop down a little bit and not stay too high, which is fair enough. So yeah, like I'll pick defenses which have like a full team, alright? So because there's no real point recording a defense against a one-man defense. So I'll pick a full the full defenses. Okay, so I used to actually do this for Guild Wars before, but I've forgotten to do it recently, and someone sort of reminded me what he requested, and yeah, so that was a good reminder for me to remember to do that from now on. All right, so let's start with a +1. I think this one had. I don't know, it was this one I wanted to hit. Yeah, this one's got a full defense. So team one, we can just do standard Chloe, Jasun, Theo Mars, and the second team we can do. Let's try Beth again in this situation. All right, so there's wait, I can do that, and I think. One second. Konomiya is a little bit too fast for my Praha. Ideally, I would use Praha in this scenario because that way I can buff remove both Velajul and Tessarian. That way I can defense break them afterwards. But my Praha is too slow, as in she's slower than my Konomiya, so that won't really work, right? If I use Konomiya to buff, attack bar on Beth. So we'll just use Emma. Right, just like the usual team. I'll be changing Beth this weekend, this coming rune removal, so that I'll be trying to use her as much as I can in her current form, which is like a bruiser type. And then I'll be using her as probably like a speed nuker after I change her on after rune removal. Okay, I think I need a Fallen Blossom here because the Amuse probably won't be enough. I will be able to buy it, a turn with Fnatic, so I can refresh Fallen Blossom in the meantime by doing that, but it doesn't matter. This Field Mask is too squishy, so it just dies in one hit. Okay, I can just auto focus the Orion just to make it a bit quicker to finish off. This is probably one of my favorite safe teams against things like Fear Orion. So if you looking for something to build during rune removal, I highly recommend this team. I find it quite safe. Things like even like Sierra Orion, Fear Mars. I use this team against that as well because you have like 3 turns of immunity. If you don't have Chloe, you can use any other immunity buffer. It will do the same thing, right? It's just the idea is to sync that immunity buffer after your Fuel Mars, and that way Fuel Mars doesn't violent proc out of the immunity, right? Fnatic is just like a bonus to get the the invincibility as well, but yeah, as long as you have immunity up, it's pretty easy to tank through it, or it's easier to tank through stuff, right? Because you don't have to worry about defense break anymore. I even make this team on my ult as well, so yeah, I use it on 2 accounts. Okay, I think we're gonna go for. I'm gonna go for the Velajul. Even though the Tessarian is the damage dealer, I don't think he's gonna do enough damage for me to worry about. So I'm gonna go for Velajul because he's the immunity buffer, the most annoying of the units in my opinion. So this team is pretty much designed to like go, slowly, right? I need to take my time to kill them because I'm just trying to destroy their HP. So that's why, like, this is more suited towards a tanky Beth. It will just do this. Just gonna help her reset her skills a bit. I'm gonna save the dispel. Yes, because the Virgil his immunity should have came up soon. Now I think I don't need to buff remove the Velagil. Let's just do it on the Eladriel. He's gonna come back. He's gonna have pretty low health because he revives. I think we just do this. All right. We just slowly cleave them down, basically. And it's pretty much over now. I even have the stun. Okay. Plus twos. Need to try to remember who it was. Okay, I think this is the only one with a proper defense. All right. So what do we do here? I think the first team is very unlikely to have will runes, so I think I'm gonna go for this one with Taor. Alright, so I think worst case scenario I can always snipe the Veramos. If they're happen to be all on will, I'll take out the Orion with Squall, because Squall should kill out Orion, right? Even through will runes, and that way there's no armor breaker. But ideally I'll probably try to kill the Escher first if he has defense breakup. And the second team, I think I'll just bring I want to bring buff removal, so I'll just bring Praha here. This is like pretty much ultra safe, but Praha's my main buff remover here that's like that does stuff, right? I guess I could bring Emma, but I think that might be... Actually, yeah, we could bring Emma. Since she's like... I try not to bring fires all the time. Alright, so it's a very safe team, like, 2 heals. But pretty much it's like Field Mars versus Field Mars here, right? So I just need the buff removal to get rid of the Chloe shield. And I can focus him down, and then I should have defense buff, to protect my Field Mars. There's no heal block here, so I'm not worried about that either. But if you don't have Emma, you can also use something like a Bella instead, and just sort of sync it with your Field Mars to move before, or just before, and that way you can get rid of the immunity buff. Alright, so hopefully I can grab the defense break on the Escher. Alright, good. We'll push back the Veramos, and yeah, we'll snipe the Escher, because now that Veramos still does damage, but Escher was like the main source of damage, of course, right? So that was like 10k from a Veramos. That's actually pretty respectable, right? Considering he's probably like a HP speed build. So that's why like Veramos can still be a decent threat on Guild Wars defense, and you shouldn't underestimate him. Especially with an Orion that can defense break, right? So that's why you sometimes see teams like Veramos, Orion, plus a Reviver, which is actually a pretty annoying team. Alright, so let's remove that, and we'll pop the Endure, hopefully. Okay. I'll do this. And it's pretty much over now because Filma's dead. Alright. Okay, so we'll just focus fire the Chloe. Just because she's the more annoying one, she can delay the fight a bit with Fnatic. I mean, I could manual it with you know, and save the buff removal, but I'm too lazy. But this is a pretty old school defense, and you can actually use like a very my very old school offense, which I don't have ruined properly now, so I can't actually demonstrate it. But I used to use Fielmars, Bella, and Delphoy for like the longest time, because there was a lot of defenses like this where Fielmars is the only threat, and he's like supported by 2 healers or something like that. So the idea was Bella can buff remove, right? The like will runes or immunity buff. If there's no immunity, then I can just defense break, right? It's not a wasted kit. And then Delphoy will reset the Fielmar's passive, right? If you don't have Delphoy, you can use any buff remover for the same purpose. Like you can even use like, you know, Lumi. Who else can reset? Off the top of my head. Like Ganymede, he's in that 5, but he can do it. Ganymede is actually even better because he kind of get resisted. And yeah, basically those sort of skills, right? And then you reset, and then you kill it with Fielmars. It was a lot easier back then because a lot of people didn't have very tanky Fielmars. These days, a lot of top end guilds have tankier Fielmars, so you may not be able to do it. But in maybe like lower end guild wars, you could probably still do it because people won't have as tanky Fielmars. Alright, we can do this. I want to test something with the second team, right? We're gonna do Taor on that one. The first team, I think we can just Lucian. Oh wait, no, we can't Lucian this because I'm using Galleon. Maybe I just do the same sort of team. I'll just use Delphoy in this case, maybe. And Emma. Right, I guess I could. I think she's fast enough. Oh wait, no. 124. Oops. Yeah. So that there's the speed seeking is correct. So we can try that and sort of demonstrate it a bit. It'll be a little bit risky because there's the Fae there, but I think it'd be okay. It should be okay. I think I should have enough heals and stuff to recover. And this second team, I want to try and see whether my Taor will just die by one-shotting the Sonora. I want to test how much damage does it actually reflect. It's like 30% reflect, and you know, he takes more damage even too. So to just like make sure to make sure you do plenty of damage to reflect onto yourself. And just to be safe, I'm gonna bring Eladriel. Alright, so I should move first because they're all slow units, right? So I'll just bring Eladriel just in case Taor dies, right? Because I still need to win the fight, and he can also tank the Rakan. So let's try this. I probably should have showed my health on the Taor, but we can check afterwards. Alright, I'm just hoping that there's one downside to this strategy in that, like, if you're prone to resistance, right? You're vulnerable to that. But as long as most of the time, if you have decent accuracy on your units, it should work most of the time at least, right? Okay, so it's worked so far, and now we can try to one-shot him. There we go. So that's pretty much the idea that I used to have. Oh, that's not good. I need to make sure I kill the Fae now. No revenge? Alright, good. slow him. Alright. Okay, that was actually kind of close because he popped my Endure. If he hadn't moved again, it might have been awkward. But yeah, it's pretty much over from here. You can use, as I said, you can use any unit that has that sort of skill kit, right? You just need a buff remover and then a skill resetter. And oh, the will runes though. I wanted to test the damage, but I can't if there's will runes. In that case, I'm just gonna go for the Rakan first. I didn't expect to kill him anyway, like from the first hit, because he's got the leader skill as well, but he should die eventually. Okay, I'm gonna try and hope I can get time to loop back up. So I can test this skull thing. Alright, well, I won't be able to test because he's gonna die, right? I don't know if I'll be able to see the damage actually, but let's just see if it pops up slowly. I don't have attack buff, but yeah, we can just have a look. Yeah, he pretty much one-shot himself. Oh my god. That's actually pretty. I think it's just good to know because if you put him on AD, you'd see like whether he would die, and I think it was like I did 47k, right? So yeah, that was an easy one shot. And just to give you an idea, the Taor has he has basically no health, but yeah. I think if I had attack buff, even if I had like say 17 or 18k total HP, I'd still one shot myself, right? Even with Crush, like Crush being the third skill, I might have just one shot myself with that too. So yeah, in case you were curious whether how effective the Fire Mumby would be on arena defense, for like reflecting damage. All right. So that's it for me today. Now tomorrow, I won't be able to record tomorrow because I'll be busy with some real life stuff. So I'll see you guys in a couple of days. Have a good one. Bye bye.